Um, so over on both my posts here on YouTube and then over on Tumblr, I set up a poll of what YouTube videos, long form YouTube videos, people wanted to see from me. And everybody picked the hardest one. The Liminal guys, which I need to actually look up the real name for it. So, AKA, as I think I named it, the Heavenly Borderlands Trials. I'll be referring to Borderlands, which is the company a lot. We'll get into that. But this whole thing actually starts back in 2024, back in August, with Trophy, an art YouTube channel. And they had done a color palette challenge, character to color palette challenge. And I went, I should do that. That sounds fun. And then I did. And close to 2 years later, I'm still doing it. So I took that idea, the character that I made from that, and made this absolutely insane story. Um, Along with my own interest in liminal space exploration, the plan for this is a animated series with like a magical girl anime like plot where like the characters that I'll get into go on like little missions every day, like every episode. And the characters go on little missions every day and like that relate to like the central plot of like them getting along or like like little like in-group situations or something. Ah. Now to get into all this, I gotta get into like the entire world concept of everything. The world concept is starts all the way back in the early 18th not 18th, in the early 19th century. This completely totally made up country was colonized by completely real countries that exist in this world that we live in right now. Uh, and there they discovered these giant angel monster creatures and how dangerous they were. And in the 50s, experiments started on them to initially to cure this angel bite sickness that was killing people. But now in the 80s, where the story takes place, the Borderlands, the company that our characters work for, now experiments on like has like so many different factions of experiments. They have like seeing how all these angels work, like seeing how the domains that they make work, field research, which is what our characters are in, human trials. But our recruits are a part of the high schooler program where they train high schoolers literally from the start of high school into being researchers. And they can go into any one of those categories that I mentioned. And for field researchers, they use the fake worlds that the angels make in a controlled climate for them to practice in. Now, finally, we get into the characters. Now, like I said, all characters are designed using color palettes that I randomly got. The first two, which are Athena and well, not first two. So Athena and Cyrus are the first two characters that I made. And Marnie was made after them. I don't remember what system I used to generate the color palettes for them. So it's completely different for him, and he's gone through so many different color palettes because I've never been able to make one or get one for him that I like. So, anyways, starting with Athena, she's 18 years old, a former member of a cult that was busted by the Borderlands Agency for worshipping the wrong god in the ideas of the Borderlands. What gods do the Borderlands believe in? I don't know, Jesus maybe? Or they believe in one of the many gods that the angels represent that I will probably talk about in some other video if people are interested. Most people start the program, like I said, at the beginning of high school from 14 or 15. So she is quite behind, being that she started about 17, almost 18, because that's when she got out of the cult. The story is like right as when she starts training alongside the other trainees that she's working with. Um, she is one of the fighters who are there to like support the field researchers so they don't get killed while field researching, so they can focus their attention on that. Um, Her design is a lot more childish and 70s, because she is very behind on the times and very behind developmentally. As she does not seem like she's the oldest of all three of them, but she is. Um, then we have Aquamarine or Marnie, which was gladly named by my older sibling because I was just like, I need a name. And they said Aquamarine, and I went, fuck it, that's his name now. He is 17 years old. I'm forgetting that you people can't see my screen. I'm just like, no, they can see that. I'm like, wait, no, I have to read everything out loud. Um, his family moved to this country from Russia to work for the Borderlands Agency. I think specifically it is his father works in translations and like communication, which is what he does not want to work in at all. He started the program straight out of middle school as a way to leave his home, and also because he really had no other choice because of his family. They were like, nah, man, you've got to do this. There's also stuff going on at home that he doesn't like to talk about. He is the most closed book of all the characters, but I also want to talk about him the most. He is a researcher, one of the researchers in training. He's given like random tasks, things to find, and like notes to take, and like things to observe in these different places. And the angel domains are these like liminal spaces that we see and like go into them, and they also plague on their own like childhood memories, feelings, and connections to whatever god this angel is connected to. The gods are all the seven deadly sins because I'm not original. Okay? His design is more put together and formal because he's a more put together, formal individual, appearance wise. And then we have Cyrus, who might be 17 years old. Scientists believe that they might be 17 years old. They were found in an angel domain as a child. This damaged their mind and body to the point that in order to fix them, their body is now mostly angel parts. They also live in a current state of apathy. Most of the emotions that they project are fake. The agency are the ones who found them and fixed them. Oh, and the person who found them specifically in an angel domain, in like the wild, is the person who is collectively responsible, like the adult who's collectively responsible for all three of them in their training part. They do not have a name yet, other than Cyrus constantly referring to her as their mother. I have no name for them. They are the OG fighter of the group because usually a group will consist of a fighter and a researcher. But they threw Athena in there because occasionally they put like three to a group, and it's usually an extra fighter. Because Athena didn't really get to choose what she wanted to be. I'm sure there was there was definitely a choice when it came to both Cyrus and Marnie of what they wanted to be. If they wanted to be a fighter or a researcher. But Athena didn't have the time to learn to become a researcher. So they're like, just make her a fighter, just fight. You just shoot the gun. It's water gun. They are like salt water. Their design is a lot more like long and abnormal because they are not really human. It's also hiding a lot of like medical scars that they have and the lack of literally anything that they have. About the weapons that they use. They get these like little heart packs that like are filled with this like water, salt water solution that they because the angels are like weak to salt water. Don't ask why. I can just say whatever I want. I was gonna say one more thing, but I couldn't remember. Oh, angel designs haven't come up with them. I'm not really good at monster designs. I've always thought like long and spindly, shadowy, probably have angel wings because why would they call them angels? I have been working, I've had these guys, for a couple years, and I did reboot their designs for this video specifically. Even though it was just like needed to be done, I just like I needed them to look a little bit different. I wanted new stuff for them, so I made new stuff for them. All art I've posted of them, all characterizations I've given them already are basically still the same. Other than like Cyrus, whose character's personality has changed a lot because now they're a lot more sleepy and apathetic. I forgot the fact that people do introductions in YouTube videos. So I have been Penny, your local freak of a doll, signing out. Boom.